Governor Scott in Florida this April put out a notice that there would no longer be tolerated child abuse or knowledge of child abuse. If somebody was aware of child abuse and they did not report it, they would be liable to a huge fine and jail sentence. Well, heck, I'm licensed in Florida. I got a medical license, so you know I had to react. So I wrote Governor Scott a letter. I told him that there's a tremendous amount of child abuse going on in our country, causing 30% of the kids to be overweight and obese, causing them to have acne, precocious puberty, stomach pains, headaches, and so on. This terrible child abuse that, by the way, if it was inflicted by a brutal man with a stick, it would cause that man to go to jail and everybody would be happy about it. This child abuse is caused by food that we're feeding our kids. And the perpetrators are almost everybody. It's McDonald's and Kroger's and Kentucky Fried Chicken and Safeway and you and I, if we don't know better. Nice people abuse children without knowledge. Policemen abuse children. Teachers abuse children. Doctors abuse children with a fork and spoon. The pain for the child is just as great as if it was inflicted by a stick. So anyways, I sent Governor Scott this complaint about child abuse, and I told him I was just doing my duty and tried to protect my medical license, and I have not heard back from him yet. But that's the greatest source of child abuse that goes on in the world today is the American diet. Challenge me if you think I'm wrong. One of the qualities of civilized people is civilized people protect the less fortunate, the less able to protect themselves. Civilized people do that. That's part of being civilized. Excuse me, what are we doing with the children? Who's protecting the children? So anyway, we got some serious problems in this country, and the problem's the food. The solution is simple. Kids need to understand that they get energy and bowel movements and clear skin and so on if they eat potatoes and rice and beans and corn, and that meat and dairy make them fat and sick and disgusting, and they stink bad, and it's just horrible, and they're not told that. So this can be fixed. I'd step back and say, okay, you're over 21, you can be fat and sick if you want, but you cannot do that to children.